The trailer for Dexter Resurrection Episode 10 doesn't just tease the finale, it screams that the endgame is here. Every second of this trailer feels heavy, filled with shadows, secrets, and the haunting return of the dark passenger, but hidden. Inside these quick flashes are clues, warnings, and promises of a showdown that will change Dexter's story forever. But let's break it down piece by piece. The trailer opens in silence. Not a single word, just the sound of wind brushing through the trees. It's followed by a faint dripping noise, water or maybe blood. The very first image we see is Dexter standing in the dark, lit only by a flickering light. His face looks tired, but there's fire in his eyes. The editors want us to feel the weight of everything he's done and the storm that's about to crash down on him. The next cut is fast and jarring. We see quick flashes of what looks like a crime scene, a bloody glove, broken glass, and a body. Bag being zipped up. The camera doesn't linger, but the message is clear: death has come back to surround Dexter, and this time it's personal. The tone is more brutal, more raw than before. Then, in a blink, we see a figure moving in the shadows behind Dexter. The shot is too fast to confirm, but it suggests someone is hunting him, someone who knows his secrets. The trailer cuts again, showing a woman crying out in fear, then a close-up of Dexter's gloved hand gripping a knife. The editors are playing with us. They're asking, is Dexter the hunter this time, or is he the prey? The pace builds as the screen fills with tension. We get a glimpse of a car speeding down a lonely road at night, headlights slicing through the darkness. Then another cut shows Dexter's son, Harrison, looking over his shoulder, his face torn between fear and anger. This isn't just about Dexter anymore. Harrison is now tied to the blood, the violence, and the choices of his father. That single look tells us the finale will not only test Dexter, but also the fragile bond he has with his son. We hear a voiceover. It's low, raspy, and dangerous. You can't run forever, Dexter. The words echo over images of fire, broken photos, and Dexter kneeling on the floor, covered in blood. The voice doesn't match anyone we've clearly seen before it. Could be a new villain. Or maybe a ghost from Dexter's past returning to haunt him. The ambiguity is deliberate, forcing fans to question who really holds power in the finale. As the trailer speeds toward its climax, the cuts become faster, almost chaotic. We see Dexter running through the woods, headlights flashing across the trees. We see a figure restrained, screaming in the dark. And then, most chilling of all, we see Dexter's iconic kill table, wrapped in plastic, ready for one final act. The trailer ends on Dexter's face again, but this time his expression is unreadable. Is it determination? Is it fear? Or is it acceptance of his fate? The screen fades to black, and in bold letters the words appear, "This is the end." It's a direct message to fans. Episode 10 is not just another chapter. It's the finale, the moment everything crashes together. Asterisk, every frame of this trailer is screaming with hidden meaning. Dexter Resurrection Episode 10 is not just showing us events, it's painting a portrait of the life and death of a man who has lived in the shadows for too long. The biggest theme we can't ignore is resurrection itself. The title doesn't just hint at Dexter returning from the past, it suggests something deeper, the rebirth of his true self. The dark passenger has always been inside him, silent but never gone, and in this trailer, it feels like it's clawing its way back to the surface. Notice how often the trailer shows light and darkness. Dexter is seen standing under flickering bulbs, half his face hidden in shadow. This isn't random. It's a visual symbol of his split life, the mask of the father, and the monster underneath. That flickering light isn't just a technical trick, it tells us that Dexter's balance is breaking. Okay, the mask is slipping. Another powerful symbol is blood. We see blood dripping, pooling, staining objects we can't fully see. Blood has always been Dexter's calling card, but here it feels heavier, more cursed. Blood is no longer just evidence of his work, it's a reminder of the connections he can't escape. The blood of his victims, the blood he passed down to his son Harrison, and the blood on his own hands that no amount of plastic wrap can erase. The trailer uses blood not just as gore, but as a chain, binding Dexter to his fate. The recurring shots of mirrors and reflections are another key symbol. One fast cut shows Dexter staring into a cracked mirror. Mirrors in this story always carry weight there about identity, about facing the truth of who you are. A cracked reflection means something even deeper. Dexter may not survive this finale as the man he pretends to be. The mirror shows us that the Dexter he has built, the father, the neighbor, the man trying to blend in, may shatter completely. What's left will be the raw truth. It's a killer who has been fighting for control since the beginning. And then there's family. This theme lingers in almost every shot. Harrison's haunted expression, Dexter's desperate eyes, even the voiceover, warning him he can't run. All of it points to family as both his salvation and his downfall. In past seasons, Dexter believed he could hide the truth from his son. But in this trailer, we see the reality. Harrison is no longer an innocent bystander. He is part of this darkness now, whether Dexter wanted it or not. Family, which should represent safety and love, is twisted into a battlefield. Finally, the trailer teases fire-burning objects, glowing embers. Fire in storytelling is never just destruction. It's cleansing, rebirth, and punishment. When we see flashes of fire in this trailer, it's a warning. Everything Dexter has built may go up in flames.
Fire is truth.
Fire burns away the lies, leaving nothing but the bones of who you really are. The symbolism in Episode 10's trailer is clear. Dexter cannot escape himself. The light will flicker out, the blood will follow him, the mirror will shatter, and the fire will consume everything. The only question left is, will Dexter rise from the ashes, or will the flames finally destroy him? The trailer doesn't just tease events, it pulls us into the minds of the people who will shape this finale. At the center, of course, is Dexter Morgan. What makes this trailer so powerful is not just the blood or violence, but the look in his eyes. For years, Dexter has balanced two worlds, the caring father and the silent predator. But in Episode 10, those roles finally collide. Face tells us everything. We see exhaustion, but also defiance. He knows this is the last stand. The question is whether he will fight as a man protecting his family, or surrender to the dark passenger and finish the story the way it began, with blood. Then there's Harrison. He may only appear in brief flashes, but his presence dominates the trailer. In one chilling moment, his eyes look almost identical to Dexter's, a mix of fear and hunger. It's not accidental. Harrison represents both legacy and curse. For years, Dexter tried to hide his darkness, but here we see the truth. The bloodline has carried it forward. The trailer shows Harrison caught between admiration for his father and horror at what that truly means. In many ways, Episode 10 feels less like the end of Dexter's journey and more like the beginning of Harrison's, and that possibility alone is terrifying. We also catch glimpses of a new enemy. The voiceover raspy threatening might belong to this figure. The trailer never fully shows their face, which makes them more haunting. Are they a cop closing in? Is a survivor of Dexter's past crimes? Or someone completely unexpected? A rival? Monster drawn to Dexter's scent? What matters is the tone. Whoever this person is, they knows Dexter's truth. The trailer frames them not just as an opponent, but as a mirror, someone who forces Dexter to see what he really is.
This isn't
just a fight for survival? It's a fight for identity. And let's not forget the ghosts of the past. The trailer sprinkles quick images that feel like callbacks, a blood-soaked glove, broken photo, a whisper that sounds eerily familiar. These moments suggest Dexter's history is closing in. We've seen this before, ghostly reminders of Harry, his father, guiding him or warning him. But now, the guidance has turned to judgment. The ghosts no longer keep him balanced. They push him toward his breaking point. What makes this character focus so unique is how the trailer blurs the line between hero and villain. Dexter, once the hunter, may now be prey. Harrison, once innocent, is becoming something darker. The unseen enemy, once faceless, is given power through voice and shadow. And the ghosts, once protectors, have become executioners. Episode 10 isn't just a battle between people. It's a collision of every version of Dexter Morgan that has ever existed. The father, the son, the killer, the monster. The trailer forces us to ask which version will survive. And maybe, just maybe, None of them will. Asterisk, the brilliance of this trailer isn't just in what it shows us, it's in what it hides between. The frames. Every flicker of light, every quick cut, every sound in the background feels like a puzzle piece for fans to decode. Let's peel it back. The first hidden clue comes from a crime scene shot. First glance, it looks like another. Victim's body bag. But pause the trailer frame by frame, and you'll notice something strange. The bag is zipped only halfway, and what lies inside doesn't look like a stranger. The outline of the jaw, the faint shadow of hair, many fans believe this could be a callback to someone from Dexter's past, maybe even someone thought to be dead. Is the show teasing the return of a ghost in flesh, or is it simply playing tricks with us? Another Blink-and-Dulmacet detail is in the car speeding through the night. I'll look closely at the license plate, and you'll see the numbers 1031. That number doesn't feel random. Fans will remember Season 1, Episode 3, when Dexter first spoke openly about his code and his father's rules. The numbers may be an inside nod, a reminder that the code, his so-called guiding principle, will be tested one last time. Then there's the mirror shot. First, it just looks like Dexter staring into a cracked reflection. But if you freeze the frame, you'll see a second shadow in the glass, standing just behind him, almost invisible in the darkness. Is it Harrison? Is it the new enemy? Or is it something more chilling? A visual hint at the dark passenger itself, no longer inside. Dexter, but standing outside, ready to take control? The trailer also hides subtle auditory clues. In the middle of the rapid cuts, you can hear a faint whisper. Many casual viewers will miss it, but fans who crank up the volume swear it sounds like Harry's voice saying, "It ends here." If true, this isn't just an Easter egg, it's a gut punch. Harry's ghost has always been the voice of reason, the anchor of the code. If his voice is declaring an ending, it might mean Dexter has finally lost even the illusion of control. And let's not ignore the plastic wrap on the kill table. It looks ordinary, but in this trailer, the camera lingers on it for just a fraction too long. The light catches the plastic, making it shimmer, almost like fire. This could be foreshadowing Dexter's ritual, his carefully controlled method. Maybe about to burn away, literally or metaphorically. Even the music holds secrets. The score in the trailer isn't random. Listen closely and you'll hear faint echoes of the original Dexter theme, but slowed down, distorted, as if warped by time and memory. It's a musical Easter egg that tells us this isn't a new beginning. It's a twisted reflection of the past. All these details, the license plate, shadows, the whispers, the music car, not accidents, they're the show's way of whispering to loyal fans. Pay attention. Everything means something. And when Episode 10 finally arrives, these tiny hidden clues may be the keys to understanding how Dexter's story truly ends. Asterisk the trailer gives us flashes, fragments, and whispers, but it never gives us the full picture. That's where the speculation begins. Fans are already spinning theories, and some of them are more terrifying than anything we've seen on screen. Let's explore the biggest ones. The first theory is that Harrison will become the true focus of the finale. The trailer shows his face twisted in conflict, caught between love for his father and fear of becoming like him. Many believe Episode 10 could end not with Dexter's survival, but with Harrison stepping fully into the darkness. If true, then Resurrection isn't about Dexter at all. It's about the rebirth of the monster and his son, carrying the blood-soaked legacy forward. Imagine the horror if Dexter's final act isn't saving Harrison, but unleashing him. Another popular theory centers on the unseen villain. That raspy voice echoing through the trailer may not belong to a stranger. Some fans think it's someone from Dexter's past, a survivor, a forgotten enemy, maybe even someone connected to Deborah's death. The idea here is poetic justice. Dexter haunted not just by his conscience, but by the living consequences of his past sins. If the finale pits him against someone who knows his truth intimately, then this won't just be a fight. It'll be a reckoning. Then there's the mirror theory. It's a cracked reflection we saw, might not just be symbolism. Some fans believe it hints at Dexter's psyche fully splitting. We've seen him talk to ghosts, wrestle with the dark passenger, but what if Episode 10 reveals he's lost all control? A broken mind, a fractured self. Is the monster no longer hiding inside, but fully consuming him? This theory suggests that the real antagonist of the finale isn't another person at all. It's Dexter himself. One of the darker theories is that fire will erase everything. The flashes of burning objects in the trailer could mean the finale ends with Dexter destroying his ritual once and for all. The kill table, the blood slides, the tools, everything set aflame in one final act of acceptance. But others argue fire doesn't only mean destruction, it can also symbolize Harrison rising from the ashes, with Dexter's death becoming the fuel for his son's rebirth. And of course, there's the most chilling theory of all. Dexter doesn't die, and he doesn't win, he simply disappears. The trailer's final shot of his unreadable face could mean survival, but not peace. Perhaps episode 10 leaves him alive but erased, forced into permanent exile, living as a ghost. That would be the cruelest twist of all Dexter. A man who thrived in the shadows, now cursed to wander them forever. These theories, wild as they are, all circle the same truth. Episode 10 will not be clean, it will not be safe, and it will not be kind. The trailer isn't promising closure, it's promising chaos. And the only certainty is that fans will be left with more questions than answers. Asterisk. And so the trailer leaves us with a haunting silence. No answers, no comfort. Just the weight of everything Dexter has built into everything that's about to collapse. Episode 10 of Dexter Resurrection is not simply another episode. It is the breaking point. The final thread of a story woven in blood, secrets, and shadows. The message is clear. There is no escape left. Dexter has always run from the police, from enemies, from his own reflection. But the trailer tells us the chase is over. The words "you can't run forever" are not just a threat. They are the truth he's been denying since the beginning. Episode 10 will not let him hide behind masks, codes, or excuses. This is the moment where every choice, every lie, and every crime comes crashing down. But here's what makes this ending so gripping. It's not just Dexter's fate that hangs in the balance, it's everyone around him. Harrison, torn between father and monster. The faceless enemy, circling closer with every frame. The ghosts of the past, whispering judgment. The finale doesn't feel like one man's downfall. It feels like the collapse of an entire world. And the fire, the blood, the shadows, they aren't just visuals. They're promises. Promises that whatever happens, it won't be clean. It won't be gentle. Whether Dexter falls, survives, or disappears into the dark, the world around him will burn. This is not the story of redemption. It's the story of reckoning. Now the question isn't what the trailer shows, it's what it hides. Will Dexter's code die with him? Will Harrison inherit the darkness? Will justice finally find the man who has lived too long in the shadows? The trailer refuses to answer, and maybe that's the point. Maybe the only way to know is to witness the end ourselves. So here's where you come in. What do you think? Episode 10 is building toward. Do you believe Dexter will face justice, or will he escape one final time? Is Harrison the future or the curse? Drop your theories below, because this finale is bigger than one person's guess. It's a puzzle only fans can piece together. One thing is certain. When the screen fades to black in episode 10, Dexter Morgan will never be the same. And neither will we. When we step back from the blood, the shadows, and the whispers, we realize something larger. This finale isn't just the end of an episode, or even a season. It's the conclusion of a cultural phenomenon that began years ago. A story that asked an impossible question. What if the monster lived among us? Not hiding in the woods or the dark, but behind the smile of a friendly neighbor? Dexter was never simply about murder. It was about the way we all hide pieces of ourselves. The way we all struggle with urges we can't explain. The way we all fear being truly seen. The trailer for episode 10 doesn't just remind us of Dexter's journey, it reminds us of our own. The shadows he fights are not only his. They're universal. They stand for guilt, temptation, the lies we bury just to get through another day. And that's why this finale feels so heavy. It's not only Dexter who stands at the edge. of judgment. It's every version of him that we've carried with us as fans. The careful killer, the devoted father, the brother, the man who thought he could balance blood with love. Each of those roles has lived inside him, and each has lived inside the audience too. Watching him fall or rise feels like watching those parts of ourselves meet their fate as well. The trailer's imagery fire. Blood, broken mirrors are not only symbols for Dexter, they're symbols for endings. Fire burns away lies. Blood binds us to the past. Mirrors force us to see who we really are. Episode 10 isn't simply a conclusion to a plotline. It's the answer to a larger question. Can anyone, even someone like Dexter, truly escape the truth of who they are? This is why resurrection is such a loaded word. Resurrection doesn't always mean coming back to life. Sometimes it means resurfacing truths we thought we buried. Sometimes it means a rebirth into something darker. And sometimes it means that even in death, a story refuses to stay silent. So as we prepare for episode 10, we're not just preparing for a finale. We're preparing for a mirror held up to everything Dexter has stood for, the duality of human nature, the cost of secrets, and the danger of believing we can outrun our own darkness. The bigger picture is simple, but brutal. The story may end, but the questions it asks will never die.